Howdy, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Dunn. Today we are going to start talking about these 4 measures for statistics. We call these the measures of center and spread. So what I have here is the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. You were given a foldable for this. This is your foldable. You have it, it has a front and a back, so you're folding it in half and you're marking off where it looks like this, so we have a nice foldable. I had to trim off the top and bottom to make it fit on a page. So we're going to have this on our I&B. The back side does give us a set of information, so I'm going to take that information and I'm going to go ahead and just put it on my sheet here. What I did is I ordered from least to greatest. So I'm making sure that whenever I have a set of data, a set of numbers, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order them from least to greatest. Because most of these procedures that we have to do to get the mean, the median, the mode, and the range will require them to be placed in order from least to greatest. So let's go ahead and make sure right now that your foldable is set up to be used, that you have your numbers ordered least to greatest, and that we are ready to start. Okay. So if we are ready to start, we are going to start with mean first. Mean is a measure of center. Sometimes we call mean the average. So when you ask what your grades are, that's your average. The average is probably the most mathematically rigorous type of statistical piece to find. So when I say mean, I think average. To find the average, you add up all your values and then divide by the number of values that you have. So right now I can count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 values. So I'm going to add all 8 of those values together. So over here on the side, I would add all of these numbers up. When I added all these numbers up, I got 744. And I divide that 744 by 8 because there are 8 numbers. So I know 8 goes into 74 9 times, because 8 times 9 is 72. I subtract 2 left over, bring down my 4. 8 goes into 24 exactly 3 times. So I know that my average, or my mean, for this set of data is a 93. If these are 8 grades, and these are the only 8 grades that you had, you would say that your average or your grade is a 93. Our computer system does that for us, but it takes all of your numbers and adds them up and divides by how many there are. Okay, so that is the mean. Another measure of center, to find the center of your data, is called the median. So the median, what we think of the median is as the middle. To find the median, or the middle, you have to put your numbers in order from least to greatest. See, that's where order least to greatest is important. You mark off the high and low values until you reach the middle. Now, sometimes you won't have a middle. If there are 2 middle numbers, then you add those 2 middle numbers and then divide by 2. If you have an even set of numbers, you will not have a number exactly in the middle. So if I am finding the middle for this set of data, notice I put my numbers in order from least to greatest. There's still 8 of them. I'm double checking to make sure I got all of them there. And I just cross off 1 on each side. Or I can count. I can count there and then as they move forward. Now, if I eliminate both of these, I have nothing. So I am going to have to find the middle of these 2 numbers. To find the middle of these 2 numbers, or the middle of the middle, it says add and then divide by 2. So I'm going to add 92 plus 94. That equals 186. And 186 divided by 2. Half of 18 is 9. Half of 6 is 3. And I get a middle of 93. So my median for this information is 93. Notice that 93 is not one of my numbers here. Even though it is the middle number, it is not one of the numbers listed in this because there are 2 middle numbers and we're finding the middle of that. So my median is 93. My mean for this set of data is also 93. This does not always happen this way, but it's happened this way for this set of numbers. Okay, so mean and median, mean, average, median, middle, measures of center. They show you where the center of the data is. Our next one is mode. So mode, we think most, the number I see most often. And we started talking about this today with frequency. So it says put numbers in order from least to greatest. Did that. Find the number that appears most. And it says there may be more than one mode, or there may be none. You might not have a mode. Sometimes numbers do not occur more than once. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 numbers that occur the same amount of times. We're looking for the number that occurs the most often, and sometimes that happens to be more than one number. So if I look at my data here, the number that I see most often, if I look at this, I see 99 occur twice. It's the only number that occurs more than once. There's no other number that occurs twice or even 3 times. So 99 is going to be my mode. It's really easy to find. But it helps if you put your numbers in order from least to greatest. And if you start by putting your numbers in order from least to greatest, you'll be easy enough to do all of these. All right. So again, mean is my average, add and divide. Median is my middle, find the exact center, ordered from least to greatest. Mode is the most often. And range. The range of numbers that we see is referred to sometimes as the spread. So the spread of data. How far apart are your numbers? So to find the spread, you again put your numbers in order from least to greatest, and you subtract the lowest number from the highest number. This is also not too tricky to do. My numbers are in order from least to greatest, so I take my highest number, which is 100, and I subtract it from my lowest number, which is 83. 100 minus 83, and I get 17. So my spread here, my range is 17. If these were on a number line, the difference between getting from 83 to 100 is only 17 steps, or 17 units. Okay, now, with this information, we are going to be able to discover so many things, looking at lots of different types of graphs. So we really, really have to be sure that we know how to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. If you keep up with this piece of paper, you are golden in being able to help yourself with us working through the statistics unit. Take this, make sure you glue it into your I&B. On the back side, we are going to have our whisk. Remember your whisk, guys, you have to write a sentence. You don't write the letters W, S, and Q and then leave space. This space is a sentence that tells me that you learned something. So you can write the definition of the mean, the median, the mode, and the range if you want to. Or you can tell me something that you learned. After that, this is my data points. So I have a set of numbers here, and I'm going to ask you to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. All of this will need to be done by the time I see you tomorrow. If it is not, you will be working on it. Okay, we're going to be working on this super much in class, so make sure that we have this written down, and I will see you tomorrow.